Now we are talking about young entrepreneurs today who have benefited from funding programs, and with me is Boniface Kithenji, the CEO of Tusqee Systems, who has benefited from the human IPO competitions that go on. Welcome to the show. Tell us about Tusqee Systems and what it is you do with your company.
Okay, Tusqee Systems was founded on 12th January this year. The primary focus was to develop applications that help improve our education system in this country. So we have done this application we call School SMS that with this application we are revolutionizing the way schools and parents interact. So via this application, parents can get exam results, can get fee balances and also fee statements from the school by sending a simple SMS. In addition to that, the software can also be used to communicate with parents, teachers and other stakeholders again via SMS. Okay,
now in your pool, in that competition you emerged as the winners.
Yes.
How many contestants were there and how was the competition?
Okay, we had 12 competitors and I would get to that it was tough. But we just had to do our best.
Yeah. And how did you come up with the idea of that application?
Okay, as a small boy back in primary school, we would be given our school report forms to take to our parents, and if you realize that you had not done well in class, you make sure that your mom or dad never got to see it. And so the other day I went to check on my folks back in the village, only to realize that the same old that it takes I had been using as a kid had been played on a neighbor of mine by their son. So that got me thinking, what if all it required to get your kids' exam results was a simple SMS message and you have all that information.
Okay, yeah. And how has the response been from people that you have talked to and interacted with about this kind of application?
Okay, the software is already in use in 10 schools in Nairobi, and we are getting phenomenal feedback from them. Yes.
Let's just take it back to the application itself. Does it have to be on mobile phone? How does it work? Just take us step by step through the whole process.
Okay, so the schools would approach us and we are going to install the software in their computers in school. And they are going to feed the software with the data, exam results, fee balance and fee statements. Then once the system is full of data, parents can then send an SMS to the system. The system replies back and provides them with information. That's simple.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant. So how many people do you have in your company working, and what kind of capital have you gotten from this kind of application?
Okay, initially I'm the person who came up with this idea and then went ahead to recruit my fellow classmates at the University of Nairobi. So we are 6 of us who are working on this, and yes, we are 6 of us working on this full time.
Okay.
Yes.
And how much money are you making? Because at the end of the day, it's the numbers that count.
Okay. Initially, after we did the software, we rolled out a pilot program, and so it has been operational for 2 months, and we are not making any money as of now because we'd rather get the feedback, help us tune the application until we have a good product that is palatable to schools, then we can start making money from it. Okay,
before you learned of this human IPO platform, what are some of the challenges for young entrepreneurs or innovators like yourself in terms of bringing this kind of applications or bringing the ideas up to investors?
Okay, the biggest challenge is that, most of us do have ideas, very brilliant ideas, but we lack venues and avenues to talk about our ideas. You have this great idea and you want to get some funding from some investor out there. We don't know how best to approach these investors and so they can fund the idea and it becomes a reality. That's the biggest challenge as of now.
Yeah. And let's talk about the copycats, because sometimes, an idea, if it's just in your brain, then maybe, as you're telling me, then I go and claim it's mine. How have you been able to counter that and maybe deal with patent laws or copyright laws?
Okay, in Kenya, you don't patent software, unlike in the US. So, but we are to our product, and by the end of the day, it's the customer who wins. So again, there are people who are trying to copy this idea, but that helps us keep on working good and making the product better. The other reason is that since we already have a product in use, before they get to where we are, we'll be miles and miles away ahead of them.
Okay. Yes. What are your future plans with Tusqee Systems?
Okay. We want to roll out in Kenya for now. We'll make sure that this software is being used in Kenya. Then sometime in the future, we can hit East and Central Africa and probably in Africa. Actually, we have been receiving calls from across other nations, and we think we're in a position to do that in the future.
All right. Yeah. For most young people, like a question of the day today is the Kenya taking full advantage of its youthful population,
yes.
And people are saying no because there's really no formal employment. What would be your advice to your fellow youth?
Okay, my advice is simple. If you are passionate about something, just continue doing it, and you'll find somebody interested in it somehow, and somehow the idea will materialize. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that. Very insightful, and we wish you all the best in your endeavor.